Hi there. I was talking to Delta Blues Tips on Skype the other day, and strangely enough, just a few days before, we'd both bought a 12-string guitar. So here it is. I passed it in a shop. It's a Fender. It was pretty cheap, $250 or something like this. And I, for one, have never wanted to buy a really expensive guitar. My most expensive guitar ever was probably about $600, and it's fine for me. Generally, if you get a guitar between $500 and $1,000, it's a pretty good guitar. And of course, for $2,000 or $3,000 you get something that really sings, but for most of us, is it really worthwhile? This is the question you've got to ask yourself. But anyway, here we both are with a 12-string guitar, not quite knowing what to do with it. Now, for me, I'd pick up a guitar and I'd try to play it the way that I've always played it for the last 30 or 40 years. But you can't approach a 12-string in quite the same way. So I'm sharing with you now what I'm doing to try to learn how to play this thing properly. First of all, for those of you that don't know or never touched a 12-string, there are 6 sets of 2 strings. The E's, the bass E's, are an octave apart. And the next strings are an octave apart, all the way up to the last 2 pair, and they're tuned the same, or should be. Now when you strum it, it makes a lovely tinkly sound, and it takes me right back to the 60s. Or Singing on a Jet Plane by Peter, Paul and Mary, and that kind of thing. So what can we use a 12-string for? Well, for me, I'm going to try and play blues, obviously, because that's what I play. Maybe some ragtime. But what I quickly found, apart from trying to keep it in tune, is that some tunes work and some don't. So I tried some ragtime pieces, some broomsy pieces, and they just didn't go. But other pieces did. So at the moment I'm trying to work out which pieces work and why they work. You can see from that song, Big Bill Broomsy's Guitar Shuffle, some bits work and some bits don't work. So you'd have to take that tune that I normally play on the 6th string and play around with it and take some of those finger strokes out. And it seems to me that that's what a lot of the old guys did. They took some of the finger strokes out. So that's what I'll be doing in the future. And I'll keep posting videos and let you know how it goes on. One of the things I worked out pretty quickly is that it does lend itself to a kind of a walking bass configuration, particularly in the key of A. And you can do all kinds of things with that, but you need to be really careful, because for me my touch is quite hard, and I just hit this thing too hard. And if you hit the strings too hard, you turn it from a note into a banging metallic kind of horrible noise. So I've got to work on this, and hopefully in the future I'll be a little bit more delicate.